It's time now for a look latest in local news. In the news, the city of Jesup states there will be a grievance hearing for the fire. Jesup Police Chief Mike Lane, and the tentative date and time has been set for Monday, March 15th, 9:30 a.m. at the Cracker-Williams Community Center. Lane has requested the hearing. The grievance committee is comprised of 7 appointments. Each commissioner and the mayor have 1 appointment to the committee. The city recently updated all their committees, and the following people are currently on the city's grievance committee. From District 1, Richard Darden; District 2, Alma Gibbs; District 3, Jeff Chandler; District 4, W.D. Altman; District 5, Susan Kerlock; District 6, Raymond Brown; and the mayor's appointment is Joe Roddy. The grievance committee is judge and jury. Their decision will be final. WIFO-FM will follow the grievance hearing and have full reports here in our local news. Still no word from the district attorney on whether the former chief will face criminal charges, as the GBI has conducted its own investigation into the allegations of sexual harassment and misconduct. That report on the desk of the district attorney, Keith Higgins, who told us on Wednesday that his office is reviewing the report, but no decision has been made at this time. Liberty County Sheriff's Department also conducted an investigation into the allegations, and their report concluded that Chief Lane violated the city's personnel policy. City Commission then voted unanimously to instruct the city manager to dismiss the chief, and after following the city handbook's guidelines and procedures, Lane was dismissed from the job of police chief. Since then, both Alex Reddish and Perry Morgan have been handling the duties of chief of police in a dual role capacity. Once again, the grievance hearing is set for March 15th at the Cracker-Williams Community Center, time 9:30 a.m. Once again, the city stating this is a tentative time and date. As soon as it becomes official, we'll pass that along here on WIFO-FM. Again, we'll continue to follow the story as it develops. When the grievance hearing is held, we'll be covering it live and have full reports here on the local news. One point that we did discover talking with City Attorney Michael Connor, he'll not be representing the city at the grievance hearing. He explains he's been involved with interviews and has a lot of knowledge about the events in question, so the city will have to hire a different attorney to represent them at the grievance hearing. Once again, though, the decision by the grievance committee is final and set for 2 weeks from Monday. We'll be back with more news after this word from our sponsor of the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. The Wayne County Board of Education met Wednesday morning to announce that they selected Dr. Sean Kelly from Douglasville, Georgia, to be the Wayne County's next school superintendent. Dr. Kelly was on hand Wednesday and had these words after the board voted unanimously to hire him as the school superintendent.
First of all, I'm very excited to be here and become a member of the Wayne County family. I appreciate the board and their confidence in me. And I'm very excited for myself and my family to come to Wayne County and to work very hard to build upon what I know is already a great tradition and a great foundation. And I'm looking forward to working with Dr. Brenson for the next few weeks so that we can make a very smooth transition. So I'm very excited. I'm eager to meet everyone and to start building those relationships, and look forward to working with all of them. Thank you.
Here, Dr. Sean Kelly, just named the new Wayne County School Superintendent. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'm very excited to be here. Heard a lot about Wayne County, done a lot of research, and I think it is a wonderful place to come and be superintendent.
Well, you're from Douglasville. What are you currently doing? I mean, it says maintenance of...
Yeah, I am currently the Executive Director of Operations. I work directly with the Assistant Superintendent of Operations, and we supervise all of the capital outlay, the buildings, renovations, maintenance, discipline, safety, athletics, and so work with East Blost, a very large budget to make sure that our facilities and all of our processes are functioning properly.
And other jobs you've had, I'd say, with
I've been
a pretty lengthy resume.
Yes, sir. I started out as a high school teacher and a coach, and then was an assistant principal at the high school. I was a principal for 11 years at the high school, and then I was executive director for curriculum and instruction for a year before I moved over to operations.
And you're nice. You're excited to get your family here. Tell us about your family. How many?
I have one son. His name is Tyler. He's in college up in Northwest Georgia, so he's a business major. And then my wife, Robbins, is also an educator, and she works in the Douglas County school system as the gifted resource for the county. So she works with teachers and kids and various agencies promoting gifted education and several other things.
I'm just curious, you get the job, so what's your first step of action? Do you go around and meet teachers, principals? I know you're going to be working closely with the superintendent from now to the end of the month, so that'll help, but just curious what your game plan is.
Well, there are several things that I'm going to work closely with Dr. Brenson on, but to me, the most important thing is to begin building relationships with our students, our staff, and the community so that they get to know who Sean Kelly is and I get to know who they are, and we can start forming those relationships to promote our schools and make sure that the school system is promoting excellence in education and meeting the needs and the expectations of the community.
Okay, well, we appreciate you talking with us.
Thank you. It's nice to meet you.
County.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
And once again, those comments of Dr. Sean Kelly, Wayne County's new school superintendent. He'll work as chief of staff to the Superintendent Jay Brinson during this month of March and will assume the role of Wayne County School Superintendent on April 1st of this year. Again, Superintendent Jay Brinson working to the end of March, his contract, and he'll be retiring at the end of the month. We've been told it's a 2-year contract for Dr. Sean Kelly, again, voted on and approved by a 5-0 vote Wednesday at the called school board meeting. Wayne County Commissioners set to meet Monday, March 1st. They've announced a change in location. They stated it will be held once again in Courtroom C, located at 266 East Walnut Street. On the agenda under presentations and announcements, Rec Director Lamar Eccles on hand regarding Bill Moore's projects. Under new business, consider and approve changes to the subdivision ordinance. Consider and approve Holmesville Road contract administration and inspection. Consider and approve Hortense Road design. Consider and approve 2021 Lamig Road resurface contract award. And consider and approve Bill Moore's park projects. Items with the commissioners, items with the administrator, executive session, all that on the agenda for Monday, March 1st. Again, the location will be at Courtroom C once again at 7 p.m., located at 266 East Walnut Street. We'll come back with a final news note after this word from our sponsor or the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes and news. Hundreds of thousands of Georgia teachers and school employees, along with a group of other vulnerable residents, will be eligible for coronavirus vaccinations in early March under a plan outlined Thursday by Governor Brian Kemp. After weeks of pressure from frustrated parents and teacher groups, the governor announced Thursday that the state's roughly 450,000 educators and school staffers will join the pool of those eligible for vaccines on March the 8th, along with adults with intellectual disabilities and parents of children with complex medical conditions. Kemp tied the expansion, which officials say will add an estimated 1 million more people to the vaccine pool, to a call to resume in-person classes in school districts that have not yet reopened their doors to students. Kemp says our children cannot afford to wait until the fall. He says the costs are simply too high. He says Georgians deserve to return to normal as soon as possible, and that will not happen without schoolhouse doors open for face-to-face instruction each and every day. Under this new protocol, educators and staff at K through 12 schools are eligible, including those that work in preschools and daycare centers. Officials will develop guidelines to define the medical conditions listed in the expansion. It does not yet encompass other medically fragile Georgians, though the governor indicated that they would be included in the next expansion. And again, a reminder, Hospice Society of Georgia conducting Family Night Wednesday, March 3rd at 6 p.m. at 1625 Sunset Boulevard at the hospice location. They state it's a meeting for children, teenagers, and parents to discuss ways to cope and heal during difficult seasons in their lives. If you or someone you know has experienced loss in any form, similar to a death, loss of employment, divorce, financial burden, recent move, or anything in between, they ask you please call and sign up at 912-588-0080. Pizza and refreshments will be provided. Once again, that's Wednesday evening, 6 p.m. here at Hospice Society of Georgia at 1625 Sunset Boulevard. That's going to do it for the latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan said have a great day.